In the modern era, the journey of motherhood has become increasingly public and consequently more scrutinized. The age-old adage that it takes a village to raise a child has transformed in the digital age into it takes a global audience to judge a mother. From the moment a woman announces her pregnancy, she is bombarded with a relentless stream of advice, expectations, and often unsolicited criticism. The pressure to conform to external standards, whether they come from well-meaning relatives, competitive social media circles, or conflicting parenting experts, can be overwhelming. However, at the heart of this noise lies a fundamental truth that every mother must reclaim. You are the primary expert on your own child. The phenomenon of parenting by proxy or following others' scripts often stems from a place of insecurity and the desire for perfection. New mothers, in particular, are vulnerable to the fear that they might be doing something wrong. Society often dictates rigid milestones: when a child should sleep through the night, what they should eat, and how they should behave in public. When a child deviates from these perceived norms, the mother is often the first to be blamed. This external pressure creates a toxic cycle of guilt and anxiety. Instead of focusing on the unique bond between her and her child, the mother becomes preoccupied with meeting the approval of outsiders. The impact of this pressure is profound. When a mother attempts to parent according to someone else's manual, she risks disconnecting from her own intuition. Every child is a unique individual with a distinct temperament, physiological needs, and emotional language. A one-size-fits-all approach, favored by many external critics, ignores the nuances of the child's personality. For instance, a rigid sleep training method might work for one child but cause deep distress for another with a more sensitive disposition. By following external dictates over internal signals, a mother may inadvertently miss the subtle cues her child is giving her, leading to frustration for both. Furthermore, the perfect mother myth fueled by social media creates an unattainable standard. We see curated images of clean houses, organic meals, and perpetually happy children. What we don't see is the struggle, the exhaustion, and the trial and error that define real parenting. When mothers compare their behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel, they feel inadequate. This inadequacy often leads them to adopt even more external advice in a desperate attempt to achieve that televised perfection, further distancing themselves from their authentic parenting style. The turning point in a mother's journey often comes when she realizes that science and nature have already equipped her with the best tool, the maternal bond. Research in developmental psychology emphasizes the importance of attunement, the reactive and harmonious relationship between a caregiver and a child. This attunement cannot be taught in a book or dictated by a mother-in-law. It is built through hours of skin-to-skin contact, eye contact, and responding to cries. A mother knows the difference between her baby's hungry cry and tired cry. She knows that her toddler needs a hug rather than a timeout when they are overwhelmed. This localized, intimate knowledge is far superior to any generalized advice. To overcome the pressure of raising children according to others, mothers must practice the art of filtering. Filtering does not mean ignoring all advice. After all, wisdom can be found in experience, but rather evaluating that advice through the lens of their child's specific needs. If a suggestion aligns with the child's well-being and the family's values, it can be adopted. If it causes unnecessary stress or contradicts the mother's gut feeling, it should be discarded without guilt. Setting boundaries is essential. It is okay to tell a relative, "I appreciate your concern, but we've found that this method works best for our son." Self-compassion is the final piece of the puzzle. Mothers need to give themselves permission to be good enough rather than perfect. Mistakes are part of the learning process. When a mother trusts herself, she creates a secure environment for her child to grow. Children do not need a mother who follows every trend. They need a mother who is present, authentic, and confident in her love for them. In conclusion, the noise of the world will never truly stop. There will always be a new study, a new must-have gadget, or a neighbor with a different opinion. However, by turning down the volume of external expectations, a mother can finally hear the most important voice of all, her own. You are the one who carries the history of your child in your heart. You are the one who sees their smallest triumphs and their deepest fears. Trust your journey, trust your child, and most importantly, trust yourself. Because at the end of the day, Mom truly knows best.